get started, the first thing we're going to need to do is to download both R and RStudio. We're going to start with R. R is an open source software for statistical computing. So our first step is to download a free copy, and there are versions for both Mac and PC. So when we go to our website, the first thing we need to do is click Download R up here at the top. And then we get to the list of mirrors. We can scroll down to our country, which is the United States, and we can pick any mirror here. It doesn't matter which one. I'll click the first one. From here, we just need to download depending on our computer, if we have a Mac or a Windows. I'm working with a Windows, so I'll click that one. From there, we just need to download the base. Click the download. And once our download completes, we can install R. Once we have R installed, we need to download RStudio. RStudio is an integrated development environment for R, and it provides an alternative interface, and it has several advantages over our default R interfaces. However, it's very important that we have R installed first. RStudio will not work if we do not have R previously installed. For this one, we can click RStudio here at the top, download RStudio, and we can download and install R. If we haven't, we can go ahead and do it here. If we have, which we have, we can download RStudio Desktop. In my case, it detected that I'm on Windows, but if you have a Mac, it will detect that and download the appropriate version for Mac. The first time you open RStudio, it will most likely look something like this. The first thing we should do is click File, New File, and RScript. And that'll give us a fourth window. This window that we just opened is known as the script window. And this is where we will do most of our typing. Below that is the console window. This is going to display the results from the commands that we write in our script window. Environment is at the top right. We will deal with this window a little bit later, but basically it's going to show us things like our variables and things that we have saved. Below that is the plot window, and as we learn how to make graphs and plots, we'll see them pop up here. Down here in the plot window, we also have our help, where we can get any kind of help that we may need as we're working. For now, I'm going to mainly look at this console window, so I'm actually going to close my script window for now. And we can type things directly into this window. We can type things like 5 plus 13. And when we hit enter, it outputs 18. We can do more complicated things like 5 minus 3 times 2. It will interpret order of operations and give us the result of 4. We can do exponents and do something like 3 to the 5th power. That's 243. And we can do division. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So we can do these basic operations. It also has more complicated operations installed, so we can do things like square root, SQRT. Square root of 4 is 2. We can do sine, cosine, things like that. And I can type in pi for pi. There's sine of pi. Sine of pi is technically 0, so we can see that there is a little bit of error here. Log, this is actually the natural log. This is log base e. If we wanted to do log base 10, we could do log 10, and that would be our log base 10. exp is the number e, and in parentheses you put the exponent. So this one would be e to the 1st power. So we can just type in these very basic commands, and for our purposes, we will be using this square root at some point, but all of the rest of these may be helpful for you, but it's not something that we will deal in this class.